Thanks, Mike, and Spence and Kate. Thanks for putting that together. And I love you both. It was great. Wow. Uh, it's kind of hard to see all these things flash over the decades, but it has been an amazing journey. And little did I know that when I was recruited in 1970 from student government at Davis Hyde, when the city wanted to start its first drop-in teen program, that's when I would start this long association with the city of Davis, and becoming a playground leader after school during the summertime. Some of my former coworkers are listening in today. Made lifetime friends through all of that, and special events coordinator and life enrichment department before it was Parks and Community Services, and the promotions manager, and being able to be involved in so much that that makes this community special. Yeah, I do have a list of all the city managers that I've annoyed over the years, so I'll provide that to Mike so he knows. But going back to Howard Reese was the first one, and then Mike is the most recent. I'm not sure they always knew what I was doing, but I do appreciate the support for when I needed help, and some of the ideas. And there are former city managers, I think one of whom is listening in, John Meyer, who and Lois Wolk would come up with an idea, and then they would say, let's Bowenize the event. So apparently that became a term to make it a little bit bigger than it would normally be. Having lived through Proposition 13 in 1978, before the term pivot was invented, city employees in the city organization had to be creative and to adapt, much like today. And so we will come out of it, and there are a lot of great people working that will be hard at work to try to provide the service that the city has been known for. But I've had a lot of ideas over the years and working, and I'm fortunate enough to have support. Like you mentioned, some of the things like the Children's Nutcracker and some of the recreation events, or building sets on an island in the middle of Stonegate Lake, or doing a snitch drop in the middle of 2nd Street after a Harry Potter nighttime movie. And employee service awards, where former city manager like John Meyer and I would rappel out of the ceiling. When you work hard and you're serious about your job, you can laugh at yourself too. And I've always tried to abide by that. And some of the programs that we've dealt with, youth in government, where high school kids could actually for a time shadow people, and some of them have turned around to become elected officials like Lucas Frerich and Dan Wolk and Will Arnold. And so keep connecting with the community and tomorrow's leaders, and I'm sure Spencer Bowen will be running something big very soon in the public sector. Of course, I've been around so long, it's almost half of the time the city was established 100 years ago. So it was kind of appropriate to help, be in charge of a lot of the city centennial events with Stacy Winton and I appreciate that. And then creating Celebrate Davis, and celebrating the milestones of the city, like 50th anniversary of the bike lanes, and pole line overcrossing when we set off fireworks before people marched into have some beverages. Also being in the downtown for so long, being in the historic Hunt Boyer, trying to keep an eye on things and making it a better place. The E Street Plaza, working with Ken Hyatt on that, and the Centennial Plaza and the G Street Plaza, and so many of the commemorative benches that the people wanted to give back to the city. And, even putting out porta potties for the picnic day. Sometimes you just got to roll your sleeves up and get stuff done to make a better downtown. And working with all the bike groups and the Criterium and the parades, and taking the Varsity Theater from a movie theater to the live theater, with direction from the city council, and the holiday tree, figuring out how to go from the cedar over at the historic city hall to the East Street Plaza and bringing in a 35-foot tree and lighting it and decorating it. So it's really developing community, and that's been so special. So I'm not retiring from the community at all. And like Mike said, I'll still be a phone call away. I'm still planning on riding in the 2022 Picnic Day Parade and ride a high wheel bike as long as I can, and helping out nonprofits and keeping the U.S. Bicycling Hall of Fame relevant. So I know everybody listening out there as a city employee, times will be challenging. So find a way to laugh. I've certainly tried to do that, and respecting the city history, because to paraphrase the philosopher Santayana, that those who don't learn from history are condemned to repeat it. So don't keep reinventing the wheel. Find out what worked and build on that. And then just treating all of you the way I wanted to be treated, and listening and being supportive. And there's so many people listening in, and folks who've reached out. I just can't possibly thank all the people who made this career of mine so enjoyable. And if I tried, I'd leave out people. So I'll talk to you personally when I get a chance, whether it's on the phone or Zoom or in person someday, hopefully this next year. I'd like to really thank all of my fellow city employees for the hard work that you do. And you'll never get the recognition you deserve, but there's some amazing public servants who do some great work. I'd also, all the friends and former employees and folks I've supervised or people who supervised me, thank you for putting up with me. I'd like to thank the city manager's office. It's been my home for the last decades. And the co-workers there. I'll miss all the camaraderie that we've enjoyed working on projects and events. And also some of the partners, some of the Downtown Business Association and the Chamber of Commerce and the Conference and Visitor Bureau folks. Tried to help and will continue to serve and make the downtown even better place. I'd like to also thank the people who are closest to me. You met Kate and Spencer. I love you both. In my life, they've indulged me, even if it meant occasionally being gone during the time when the family would be together, whether it's producing the Children's Nutcracker or on a city holiday, dressed up, doing something. So thank you for that. And, I appreciate all of Kate, Spencer, Stacy, Heather, Tyler, all the family. My sister's listening in. I appreciate that. And finally, I'd like to thank the Davis community, for the support. I've reached, so many folks have reached out and sent me notes of support, and especially folks who, detailed how something that I did or said or produced had touched them or their kids or their entire family. And I don't take that lightly. And so I've been very appreciative of that. And that, I've always just tried to make it a little better place and figure out how to make things work a little better. Maybe at the end of all this, that it'll be a little better community for, me showing up here in 1968. So I've been fortunate to be a public servant. In this incredible town, and it's just been the best job for a person like me. I've been a lucky guy, and I thank you all for participating and weighing in on this. And I will see you. And since this is a happy hour, cheers to all of you. And I'm going to sit back and shut up and see what else happens. So thank you all.